I recently had a vigorous exchange with this gentleman who insisted that no, Larry, a cop does not have a legal right to order you out of a car when they pull you over for a lawful traffic stop. I said, really? Sir, you are part of the problem.
This is from the LA County DA's office. And it's about vehicle stops. Issue. During a lawful traffic stop, what measures may police routinely take to maintain control of the occupants? Vehicle stops, it reads, are Fourth Amendment detentions. They must be justified with reasonable suspicion, not probable cause. Reasonable suspicion is a lesser standard than probable cause. Any vehicle stop is potentially dangerous for law enforcement officers. We have specifically recognized the inordinate risk confronting an officer as he approaches a person seated in an automobile. It appears that a significant percentage of murders of police officers occur when the officers are making traffic stops, end of quote. Pennsylvania versus Mem, which somebody called yesterday and mentioned, which is a Supreme Court case. This little memo continues. Officers must be permitted to employ prudent precautions for their safety during vehicle stops. The risk of harm to both the police and the occupants is minimized if the officers routinely exercise unquestioned command of the situation. That is a quote from another Supreme Court case called Brenlin versus California, 2007. The memo continues. At the officer's discretion, no reasons need be given. Let me repeat that again. I know I speak quickly. I'm working on it. At the officer's discretion, no reasons need be given. Driver and passengers may be ordered to remain in the vehicle or to re-enter it. Young versus Los Angeles. That's a appellate court case. Or may be ordered to get out of the vehicle. Maryland versus Virginia versus Wilson. That's a Supreme Court case. Memo continues. Occupants may be detained at the scene pending completion of the stop. And then they quote from Arizona versus Johnson, another Supreme Court case. We hold that in a traffic stop setting, it is lawful for police to detain an automobile and its occupants pending inquiry into a vehicular violation. The temporary seizure of driver and passengers continues and remains reasonable for the duration of the stop, end of quote. Memo continues. Occupants may be ordered to sit on the curb where they're permitting and absent physical disability. Quoting again from a appellate California case, we conclude that officers in this case, after lawfully stopping the Cadillac, were justified in ordering defendant back in the car and then ordering all passengers to get out of the car and to sit on the curb for officer safety reasons, end of quote. Finally, the memo says this. Officers may ask for, not demand or require, officers may ask for ID from passengers and run warrant checks within the scope of the detention. If the passenger is then arrested on an outstanding warrant and an incidental search reveals evidence, that evidence is generally admissible without regard to the lawfulness of the vehicle stop, end of quote. Long way of saying comply. They have the authority. They have the power. And in many cases, they have the duty in order to protect themselves. Comply. I want to get back to what the police chief said to Mr. President Obama when he was president. I just wish he had said, Mr. President, you have a lot of power, a lot of clout. Polls have you as one of the most, if not the most admired man in America. Why aren't you telling people to comply?